Hello everyone, welcome back. This is something of a follow-up video. Before we set out on our quest, it's good to know who the enemy is, which team you're on, and the general landscape out there. So a lot of memes have recently divided the world into three main characters here. About 10% of people are psychopaths. These are the people who create the current thing, and their main tool is lies and deception. Then there's the schizo, which probably you fit into. Either you're a schizo or a normie, but probably most of my audience is a schizo. Might be a few psychos in there taking notes. But the schizo can identify the deception of the psycho. And the schizo makes up 5 to 10% of the population. And the rest of the population, 80 to 85%, are the NPC normies, who don't know any of this is going on, and they just operate the way they're programmed to and don't really think at all. We have here the psychopath, skilled at manipulating and influencing others, usually through lies and deception. Creates the current thing, more lies. Treats others like livestock. Their weakness is they are blinded by hubris. Yes, they always think they're right, and they always think they can get away with it. And that is their weakness. And that is how they always fail. The schizo, however, immune to their propaganda, increased pattern recognition. The chosen ones, yes, the ones that were given light by the gods to be able to sort fact from fiction. And because of this, they're socially rejected and stigmatized. What, you don't think Ice Spice is a beautiful woman? Well, this guy clearly can't be trusted, and you'll be ostracized. You'll be pushed to the back. So, a big part of being the schizo is learning to go undercover, either as a psycho or a normie. And I'm pretty good at this, but it's definitely, if you're not good at this, you're going to have a bad time. So I suggest learning to go undercover. And the normie enforces social norms. Yes, this is what they do best. Susceptible to manipulation. Supports the current thing. And ignorance is bliss. Perfect. So an explanation here from 4chan, I think. There's a silent war happening between the psychopaths and the schizophrenics. We know that the population numbers are very small for both groups. However, one group is more likely to become CEOs, the psychopaths, and the other is more likely to become homeless. Yeah, and this would be me. So yeah, I fit the schizo archetype pretty perfectly, I would say. This is because schizos are good at pattern recognition and can notice the psychos. Normies are incapable of seeing psychopaths in front of them, and psychos relish and dominate because of this. Schizos are able to know them on an instinctual level and suss them out in a way that normies never could. Yes, to us all this is very obvious, but the normies haven't pierced any of the veils and remain completely ignorant, unaware. Thus there is a constant demoralization campaign against the schizos from the tyrant psychos who seek to use the population against their greatest natural enemy. And yes, this is why we have our memes, to counteract the demoralization. Part of the trick of being a schizo is to never give in to the demoralization. Realize that it's all bullshit and it's paper thin. And I saw there was another meme here while I was looking for these, just to really reinforce who we are here. I just recently made a video about Dark Souls 2 and how good it was, and it says here the schizo is a Dark Souls 2 fan. So yeah, I think I've been clearly identified here. But yeah, very interesting. Demon Souls, Psychopath, and the normies. So the normie beats the schizo beats the psycho, and the psycho beats the normie. Yes, but the schizo, as long as you learn your Jedi mind tricks, misdirection and all that, you should be able to overcome the normie as well. And this is what we're trying to achieve here. Some schizo world supremacy where the psychopath is completely exposed. And that, so basically here, the point of this is that I was talking about the great work lifting humanity up, and really, it's the normies are not really involved in this. There's no amount. The normie will never convince to lift himself up. He will simply do as he's programmed to do. So therefore, the battle is only really between the psychos and the schizos. If the psychos are in charge, the normie will do as he is programmed to do by the psychos. If the schizos manage to get the upper hand and expose the psychos and program the normies, then the normies will react to schizo programming. So it's not really about dragging the normies out of the abyss on their own accord. It's more that the psycho needs to be exposed, the schizo needs to gain the upper hand, and therefore whoever gets to program the normie will decide how the normie operates in the world, because the normie will never program himself and will not make decisions based on his own thoughts. He will only react to programming. So therefore, whoever administers the programming will control the world. So this is the silent war, and we're all a part of it. Good luck out there, everyone. We're about to head out on our quest.